My name is James Ngotho Kariuki, and I am honored to be nominated in this year's iteration of the Business Daily Top 40 Under 40. As of the moment, I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I currently practice within DLA Piper Africa, Kenya, IKM Advocates. I also practice as an arbitrator. I think that is the main crux of what I do, but I have a few other things in relation to, or that I do at the same time. So as of the moment, I also form part of the group of Africa regional representatives for the Young International Arbitration Group of the London Court of International Arbitration. Yeah. And I also am the chair of the Young Members Group of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Kenya. So it's a global institution. Each branch has its chapter, and I'm the chair of the Young Members Group of the Kenyan chapter. So a typical day in my life would entail, unfortunately, work. But essentially what it would entail would be between litigation, which is what I do within the offices that we're in right now, and arbitration. So ideally, I would be sitting as an arbitrator. I have ongoing arbitrations going on. So essentially, when you ask me what the distinction was, I practice arbitration mainly. I'm also a mediator, but I don't do it as often. I also form part of the dispute resolution team of IKM Advocates, and that entails exactly what you'd expect. The day-to-day court, dealing with matters, essential litigation. But on top of that, what I do as the chair of the Young Members Group, so we represent the young faction of arbitral practitioners, ADR practitioners actually, so it's arbitration, mediation, and adjudication as well. And what that would do, or what I would do in that capacity is, for example, there's quite a lot of writing. So I would put out articles, I would set up events specifically tailored for the promotion of young arbitrators in our practice. Many times I would find myself invited for quite a number of conferences and events to go and speak on arbitration, mediation, alternative dispute resolution, and myself and my team, because I'm the chair, so automatically there's a team that helps me do all of this. So essentially what that would entail is basically promoting ADR but to the young practitioners, because one of the main issues in our practice is young practitioners may not have such an opportunity as much as those who've been there for the longest time. Essentially how it would wind down is my other duties as Africa representative. So we have I not only just represent Kenya, but now I have to set up events for the whole continent, and in particular our region. There are only 4 of us. 2 are from the west of Africa, that is. I'm from the East Africa region, and there's 1 South African. And we'll have meetings from time to time to coordinate events and how to more or less bring about a harmonization of ADR in Kenya for the London Court of International Arbitration. What makes me a good lawyer would come from even before I started law. I've always been told, and I put this humbly, that I'm a good orator. And of course, that was motivating to join the profession. But once I joined the profession, I found out that law is more of a synthesis of facts, evidence, and very many realities that happen to us every day. So you'd think that law is just one going to court and regurgitating the law, but it deals with day-to-day lives. So ideally, to answer your question, it would be the fact that I tend to be very good at synthesizing different facts, different aspects of whatever is brought to me, be it through law or otherwise, and present them in a very reasonable and in a manner that could be understood in a very simplified manner. I would serve, or rather how I serve the community primarily is the dissemination of access to justice and information regarding access to justice. I've written quite a bit on what I do for a living, but what I tend to do is reduce it to simpler terms, because if you write for lawyers, just for lawyers, then essentially you're not helping the end users, which, the citizenry. So how I would serve the community and how I've done so, given everything else that I'm doing, is from time to time, I'll volunteer to go to universities to just speak to the students about alternative dispute resolution. I've been to UN, JQuat, Strathmore, actually even Moy, Kabarak, just to go speak to them about it. And they pay nothing. It's more or less like a lesson to them. But I think it's important for them to learn what's outside here. And at the same time, not just the lawyers. I think simplifying all these things that happen in our profession, which is quite important since it's the crux of access to justice, for the everyday man is quite important. So if you can break down arbitration for someone or mediation for someone, which I've done in writing and through articles, and even some with pictures, just to show what happens step by step. So you just read a one-page document, you're an expert in arbitration. So I would want to bring what we do to the everyday person so that they have a better understanding, or an equal understanding as what I would understand it to be. Well, it feels, under 40 starts from 40. So there's everyone from 40 all the way to 29. So it feels very, I'm trying to simplify it because very many lawyerly words are coming into my mind. But for now, I would say I'm grateful, because the idea is to be recognized in the first place means that someone has either said something or you've done something that has caught someone's eye. So of course, that means that something important is being done somewhere by myself or others or close to me, or people think that I'm doing something important. And of course, I'm grateful to them and to, of course, you guys who, have made the effort. So grateful would be the word. Humble is my status quo. Goes into everything that I would like to, or that I would get out of effort. And I think that would be about it.